Okay, here we are at the Dawn Centre at the YASC, and I've got with me David. Hi David.
Hi.
We're just going to ask a few questions about the homeless review that's going on in Leicester at the moment. Right, David, in your experience, what are the main things that lead to someone becoming homeless?
Well, for me it was marital problems, make false allegations, and so I end up with nowhere because technically I still have a property, but I can't use it.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of stereotypes around homelessness, isn't there?
Oh, there is. There's, you know, they show you the tramp and everything else, but it turns out half of them are not.
Yeah.
Like me, I still run a school for people less fortunate. I run it as a non-profit making school.
Yeah.
And so forth, and I found teachers, people with degrees.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, just from doing the interview so far, there's as many stories of homelessness as there are people.
Yeah.
You know, each is individual. But what do you think the main things are that the homeless review should look at?
Should be looking to finding places for people without cataloguing them as groups, because everyone that comes is an individual.
Yeah.
So if you don't reach a certain box, you're not even looked at.
Yeah.
That's why technically for me, I've been on the streets now 16 and a half, almost 17 months, sleeping in a car.
Yeah.
All because of a personal problem.
Yeah.
But I can't get help from any sector because I'm not in an exact pigeonhole.
Yeah. And how do you think the priorities should be implemented?
Well, it should be implemented, but by places like the Dawn Centre and YASC and everything else like that, so they can assess the person who's coming forward.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody has a problem, you can't pigeonhole someone.
Yeah. Now, the council intend to use the new powers given to it by the government to offer some people private accommodation. Do you think this proposal will adequately meet the expected demands on services due to the welfare reforms?
No, not a hope. And it will actually cost the council 5-6 times more than they're paying now.
Right. And doing that anyway, do you think it will be implemented fairly?
No, because as you say, because that'll be if you fit one of their boxes that they've designed, not the reality of real life.
Yeah. And do you think there is enough hostel accommodation across the city to meet demand?
No. Yeah. As I proved, I've been out 16 and a half, 17 months, and during that time I've seen loads sleeping rough as well.
Yeah.
And I dread to think of how many that I've seen in tents where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know, in the marketplace, and all that's going to do is increase.
Yeah.
Because I believe they're going to cut 250 odd beds.
Yeah.
Which is what.
And a couple of people I've already spoken to have said they're already noticing an increase in numbers anyway.
It will do, because with the new rules coming in for the under 25s and everything else, so that's going to increase. Loads of them won't be able to stay at home.
Yeah. You
know, I don't think, in my opinion, full shared scenario will work.
Yeah.
Because it's like me coming to stay at your house.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm like. I could be the biggest tea leafer going, and you've lost everything you own.
And that, in a way, is difficult for private landlords to manage anyway, even if they're inclined to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but do you agree that people should stay in a hostel for the shortest amount of time possible?
It should be the shortest time, and you know, however long it takes the council to give them proper accommodation, or you know, 1-bedroom flat or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know, so that they can grow.
Yeah.
You know, in a hostel they can't grow because they're stuck in there. Technically, half the time they're regulated which times they can go in and out.
Yeah.
Which means that if they get a late evening job, they can't meet the criteria because.
Yeah. And how do you think people who currently use the day centre will cope without the use of the day centre in the future?
Well, I think it'll be appalling, because most of them will end up being in town.
Yeah.
Squatting in doorways.
Yeah.
Begging will increase.
Yeah.
you know, and there were loads of antisocial behaviour.
Yeah.
So that means more work with the police, more work cleaning up in town.
Yeah. And which buildings can people or do people go to that aren't kind of hostels? Is it stuff like libraries and museums?
We sometimes go to the library for something because it's warmer in there than it is outside.
Yeah.
If you manage to scrounge some money, you can go into McDonald's, KFC, or any cafeteria.
Yeah.
Because as long as you're spending money, they won't kick you out.
Yeah.
They only kick you out the moment it's nice and warm when you fall asleep. That is when you get kicked out, but then you just move on to the next one.
Yeah, yeah. And do you think the council's one night out project should only apply to new roof sleepers?
No, it should apply to everybody, because everybody is under the same boat.
Yeah.
So why give one person preferential treatment because he's only just become... because there's many reasons why the older ones become homeless again.
Yeah,
whether it be, as everybody stereotypes it, drug dependent, alcoholic.
Yeah.
It could be personal reasons. It could even, because we all fall into different traps.
Yeah, yeah.
Redundancy, everything, because that's increasing all the time.
Yeah.
And the council benefits don't match.
Yeah.
What you have to pay out, and so what do you pick? The bills, or your children, or your family above.
So what do you think is the key to not becoming homeless again?
Well, for me personally, would be not trusting a woman again.
Yeah.
Because they say a woman scorned, and that's proof. Even though I can prove the person lied, that still leaves me out on the street because the law is in favour the other way round. You see, so equality don't come into it in that scenario.
But what services might need to be in place to stop?
Like the Dawn Centre.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for here, I wouldn't have a place to come have some breakfast. Yeah. Get a shower every day. Meet people in the same situation. Yeah. And you don't feel an outcast. Yeah. That you're made welcome. The staff try to help where they can. Yeah. But they're tired because if you don't fit their pigeonhole, there's nothing they can do. They can let you have your breakfast and your tea, but they can't say, we can get you a place because you don't meet the criteria. Yeah. It's
almost like criteria doesn't meet the criteria for life, does it really?
No.
Do you agree with the cuts in homeless placements and advice centres?
No, because there's not enough places now. Even when you come to the Dawn Centre and you're talking, like while I've been here, you're talking 60, 70 people a day coming in. Yeah. Where they're all going to go, and that's how you're scratching the surface. You think of all the ones, like I didn't know when I first became. I didn't even know these places existed. Yeah. So if it wasn't for like a doctor telling me, I got struck off my medical register because I weren't at the address anymore, and I said, I'm sleeping in my car outside. Does that count? Yeah. And he said no. So if it wasn't for him sending me here, I'd have been none the wiser. I'd still be sleeping rough in a car with no help. Yeah.
And are you concerned that these plans might have a negative impact on people in the community?
Will do, because it's not going to help them at all. So all I can see is the situation getting worse and worse and worse. And then you come up with it, then realise they've done, as always, they realise too late they've done it wrong. Yeah. But by then, where's all your staff gone, all your workers? Everybody that's been supposed to have been trained to look after the people won't be here anymore. Yeah. And I can't see landlords saying, that's all right, I'll take him in, I'll nurse him every day. It just won't happen.
Well, thanks for talking to me today, and good luck for the future.